Have you ever wondered how close friends can still rip you off at the checkout? Well, that's kind of what's happening between Australia and the United States when it comes to beef tariffs. Despite all the handshakes, submarines and shared war games, when it comes to trade, Uncle Sam still makes us pay full price at the meat counter. Now, let's dig into why Australia got stiffed on beef tariffs and whether we could have done things a little differently. Hi, I'm Tony Tonkin, political commentator and professional disappointer of Sky News fans. Today we're unpacking the meaty issue of US beef tariffs, Australia's role in the trade mess, and why our so-called mateship with America doesn't always put steak on the table. If you're new here, hit subscribe and join the conversation as we slice through spin and roast the hypocrisy. So let's have a look at the beef basics, if you like. So let's start with beef literally.
Friday with that breaking news of relief for businesses as President Donald Trump announces Australia has been excluded from higher tariffs. Goods will still be subject to a levy of 10%, but we've been spared earlier threats to hike it to 15 or 20%. In a moment, National Affairs Editor Andrew Probyn will detail this decision and what it means for our relationship with the United States. But first, US correspondent Jonathan Kersley with the President's decision.
The White House had said it was coming, and this is the document that keeps Australia's tariff rate at 10%. The US President opting against increasing the baseline rate across the world. He had suggested over the course of the last week it could go up to anywhere between 15 and 20%. Instead, he has decided to increase tariff rates on dozens of countries, but not Australia. Wind the clock back to April 5, Donald Trump's so-called Liberation Day, when he raised a significant issue, a concern he had with Australia's import controls on US beef. The Australian government announced those would be easing, maybe, just maybe. That was a key aspect that got Australia over the line in keeping the rate at 10%. There has certainly been significant lobbying by the Australian government, ministers, including Ambassador Kevin Rudd in Washington, D.C., to the Trump administration, making the case for Australia, the investment Australia makes here in the United States of America. It is good news for Australian exporters trying to get their goods into the United States of America that those tariff rates will not be increasing.
The United States imposes strict quotas and tariffs on imported beef. Australia has a generous slice of that pie, over 400,000 metric tonnes of tariff-free access annually. Sounds like a good deal, right? Well, yes, until we exceed that quota. Once we do, boom, a 26.4% tariff slaps our exports like a soggy steak to the face. Now, we almost always hit that cap early. Why? Because our beef is top quality and the US market loves it. But go over that line and it's suddenly America first and Australia foots the bill. But we're mates, is that right? You'd think being a close ally might earn us a bit of leeway. I mean, we're in ANZUS, we fight in your wars, we host your bases, and we even put up with your fast food chains. But when the Trump administration imposed steel and aluminium tariffs, Australia had to beg for an exemption, and beef didn't even get a look in. Even under Biden, with all the talk of rules-based order and global cooperation, America's agricultural protectionism hasn't softened. Apparently, Lordy doesn't earn you a free lunch, not even a discounted burger. So, the question remains, why didn't we get a better deal? So let's try and break that down. One, on paper, we already have a good deal. Compared to Brazil or Argentina, Australia's beef quota is massive. So the US sees no reason to be more generous. Two, America's protectionism doesn't care about friendship. It cares about the votes in Iowa. And three, we didn't ask for enough. During free trade talks, Australia already plays hardball. We assume mateship will carry the day. And spoiler alert, it won't. So what could we have done differently? This is where it starts to get a bit spicy. First, we could have negotiated smarter. When AUS FTA was signed, we should have demanded quota flexibility, especially during US droughts, when they actually needed our beef. Second, we should have used our strategic military value as leverage. Japan does this, so does South Korea and Israel. So why don't we? Third, we could have led a coalition of beef exporters, New Zealand, Brazil, Argentina, to lobby reform at the WTO. And fourth, we should have diversified sooner. Depending so heavily on the US market makes us vulnerable and powerless when they pull the tariff trigger. So there's an illusion of mateship. There's a broader lesson here, and it goes beyond beef. Australia often assumes that loyalty to the US will come with economic perks. But when it comes to trade, the US treats everyone the same. Yes, even us. Their deputy sheriff, their strategic partner, their mate. We keep showing up to the barbecue, but somehow we're the ones bringing the steak and paying the bill. So what do you think? Is Australia being taken for granted? Could we negotiate or renegotiate smarter? Or is this just the cost of doing business with a superpower? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget, like, share and subscribe for more political analysis, critiques and the occasional flame-grilled Murdoch takedown. Remember, this is a battle that I'm taking on your behalf in order to express the truth for what it really is. To, I guess, break up the spin, to discuss exactly what's going on. I'm Tony Tonkin. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.